Hello there. This is Bishop McCargo, and I am so excited to have this opportunity to connect with you right in your home. Some of you are in your car, some of you are still on that job, but I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to connect with you. There's no other time like now, there's no other moment like we're in. As we get ready to close out this year, 2025, we're going to close out on top. I'm really looking forward to closing out and finishing strong. I don't know what your plans are. I don't know what aspect of your faith is coming alive. Maybe you're testing, maybe you're trying again. Maybe you're right in the middle of stepping into something you've never experienced before. Well, no matter where you are, I believe that God wants to do something so unique, so fresh, that will cause you to excel as we get ready to cross over into 2026. I want to take you back to a message that we shared just maybe about a year ago on unbecoming in order to become. Unbecoming in order to become. For you to be able to become, because the emphasis is not on what I've been through, the emphasis is on what I am becoming. I want to help you cross over into that area of becoming. The announcement has been made. The whole earth is waiting for your arrival. I want you to go now to the message. We'll be back in just a few moments. I want you to get something to write with and to write upon as we begin to discover the strategy on how to unbecome, disconnect in order that I might become. That means to connect with whatever it is that I need to be successful as I cross over and finish strong. I'll be back in just a few moments. For those of you that are following us on Zoom as well as our other social media platforms, we want to welcome you tonight and give thanks for you. Thank you that you have made it through this day and that you're about to get exposed to a conversation on a much higher level than quite possibly you've been privy to. It is my intentions tonight to give you what next steps look like. I have been a firm believer in the thought that success and failure starts at the same position, and that's with a conversation. And so we must begin to take a look at who we are talking to, who we are sharing with, we are sharing our dreams and our visions with. But at the same time, we need to take a deeper dive, a deeper look on who have we been giving access to us, who's been given the rights to speak into the intimacies, the secret places. Who have you invited into the secret place of your life, and have they met the requirements to do so? And then a greater question is, how do they respond when you feel the necessity to shift or to change? How do they respond when you find or discover that you are about something more, you're about something greater? The Lord is leading you, pushing you. Destiny has you around the neck and thrusting you into places you've never been before. And even as there are many others that are signing in on tonight, again, we want to welcome all of you. But I believe that this subject tonight, as we continue together, is going to push you. It is my goal and my drive to push you to the limits, not just of yourself, because I have found out that destiny is location sensitive. The fulfillment of destiny and purpose has everything to do with location. You've heard it said in the business field and real estate, location, location, location. Well, it's the same thing in the realms of the spirit, especially as it relates to you not just discovering, but walking out purpose, walking out your true design. And in just a few moments, I have someone that's going to challenge us tonight in a whole nother next steps. It's one thing to talk about things, but what does next steps look like? What does it feel like? What is God saying? What am I learning? What have I learned through setbacks? I was reading through a couple of books that I have, and just want to share one of them with you. And it's a love affair with failure, a love affair with failure. What have I learned through failure? What has it taught me? What are the lessons that I've learned? And have I actually acquired? Did I get the right message? Failure is more than just an event. It's an opportunity. I believe in many situations that we call circumstance or failure, they're gifts to us. Trouble, opposition is a gift. Now, who that trouble or awkwardness comes through makes it pretty challenging, because it's who they are. And I've said this over the weekend while I was ministering, and I want to say it to you, that you cannot pray away all of your Judases. You cannot pray away all opposition. Certain dimensions or levels of opposition are revelations to how close in proximity you really are as it relates to where you should be geographically or anatomically, and or moving about to see how far away am I from where I should be. Many times circumstances are a testament of distance, a testament of distance. We've been going through this journey together of asking the question and dealing with how to unbecoming in order to become. Unbecoming in order to become. The goal is to become. The goal is to get unstuck, to get unstuck. The goal is not to spend the rest of 2023 in some problematic go nowhere discussion. Once you discover how you got in something, it's time to get out. And I've come to send and thrust you into a passion to get out of where you are. You were not designed to stay stuck. You were not designed for failure. You were not designed to go ring around the rosy for 4 and 10 years. This is your season to become unstuck. And so we have to begin to look at a word called attachments. Attachments. Trouble, failure, situations, circumstances, life, relationships, they bring about what is called attachments. And I want you to write that word down, attachments, because all human beings suffer the reality of attachments. You cannot avoid attachments. You just have to know whether they are a good attachment or a negative attachment. Your title doesn't afford you the opportunity to escape attachments. All and every living organism will attract waste. All living organisms attract waste. That means you, and that means me. Now, I'm talking to those that are serious. I'm talking to those that want to discover uh, how I got here, because how you got where you are is not going to get you to where you have to be. There's got to be a shift. There's got to be a shift in thought process. There's got to be a shift in audience. There's got to be a shift, a refreshing of expectations. You're going to have to go back now at this stage in your walk or your journey and ask yourself, and then ask the Lord, am I really where I'm supposed to be? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Have I accomplished enough of the vision or the mandate that you've given to me that it's time for me to shift to the next? And with each dimension or shift you go to, the truth is that there is a different level of expectation. There's a different level of outcome. There's a different level of persistence and moving forward in this. And so I want to say this again, that destiny and purpose are very sensitive to location. Very sensitive to location. I know some people feel like they can just do whatever they want to do, where they do it. But I want to tell you, geographics plays a humongous part in you accomplishing or becoming, to become. Now, let me start with this tonight to say that in becoming, dealing with attachments, cutting back, learning the lesson, getting the message, breaking the cycles, looking at how these cycles formed. What used to be 10 years, now they then went down to 7 years, a cycle. And then from 7 years, because it was unattended, it was not dealt with, it moved down to 3 years, and 3 years to 15 months, and 15 months to 3 months. It seems like people are in cycles now that every few months, here they are again. Get a little money, and the cycle begins to repeat, and they're broke again. Get a little inspiration, and the cycle repeats, and they're sad or they're weak. It's time for us to rise up as a people to get a hold of where we are and take responsibility for the growth or the lack of growth that's in our lives. And so cycles can be formed and cycles can be broken. I want to say that again. Cycles can be formed and cycles can be broken. Cycles from your upbringing, cycles from your early portions of your life, they can be formed. And when the enemy realizes that you are destined to be a threat to his system, he starts early to form cyclical cycles around your life that happen in you, through you, and to you, to try to shape you and your mindset with fear, and beginning to feel like every time I get ready to go to someplace new, here comes this cycle again. I want to say it again. Cycles can be broken. Cycles can be defeated. Cycles can be formed, and cycles can be defeated. But left unattended, they get stronger. They get stronger. They get firm because they've monitored your behavior. They've monitored your lack of truth to yourself. There's an old saying, to thine own self be true. Well, a lot of us are not being true to ourselves because we refuse to look at how we got to where we are. So let's go a little further here together. And one of the statements that we'll get back to later, but I don't want to forget it. And I want you to write this down, that success must be culturally redefined as you are becoming. So that means you got to be open to what you've never seen. You got to be open to what you've never manifested, what you've never even dreamed sometime. You have to be open to that. And when you release yourself, give yourself the permission to become. I think I need you to write that down tonight and type it into the chat. I give myself permission to become. I give myself permission to become. You see, you can have all that purpose and all that potential, but until you engage by giving yourself the permission to become, you're going to be sitting right where you are. Begin typing that in. I want you to make that declaration, that prophetic declaration within you. I want you to proclaim, I give myself the permission to become. I give myself that permission. I'm not going to sit here and die. I'm going to get up from this. As painful as the memory is, I'm going to get up from this. Now, the reason why you got to begin to do what I'm saying is because the next time you hear next step, you're going to remember and rehearse that pain. So you have to begin to give yourself the permission to do what you've never done before. And that may mean a job that you never thought that you would ever sign up for. That may mean that you may start to eat a different type of cuisine because you've never done it before. That may mean you might need to travel to a nation, a city, a country you've never gone to or even thought that you'd ever be, just because you want to break a cycle and give yourself the permission to live. Just begin typing that in. I give myself permission. I give myself. I release myself. Now, the reason why you also have to do this is the anointing is not going to force itself on you. The anointing is going to work best in you and on you when you, purpose and location begin to merge. When you, the person, you, the heart, you, the spirit, and location and purpose merge, then you begin to see that the oil that's on your life will begin to grow. It will begin to increase upon you. So success must be culturally redefined. What does success in your next chapter actually look like? What does it look like for you? I know I talk to a lot of people and ministering to them and discerning dreams and visions and thoughts with them and for them. But one of the things I always ask people, what does that look like to you? Can you spell it? I know you said you had this wonderful dream and you saw yourself praying over millions of people, and you can even give the specific number, but what's that look like to you? Let me ask you this question. How old were those people? What country or countries were they in? Did they come to you or did you go to them? What conditions were they in? You said you believe that you're getting ready to start a business. Who are the individuals you saw that will patronize you or patronize you, whichever way you want to say that? You had to get specific. The oil that's rolling and running in your life at this next section is going to be a requirement to be very specific, very specific. So in becoming, we have to, number one, again, break these cycles. We must break these cycles, and I believe that we're ready to be able to do that. We're going to do it together. And so I believe that we've all come through and or coming through this moment where we are discovering there are some people who are jealous of where you are, what you have, and the moment you start to tell them where you believe you're going, you see a whole different side of them. But you cannot stop or respond the same way. You got to let them trip. You got to just let them go ahead and struggle with what they're struggling with, and just say to some people that, you know what, you better get a good look at me now, because I won't be this same place, this same person in these next 90 days. There's change. I'm designating the rest of this year. We're in the last few days of August. Can you imagine that? And September is upon us. October, November, December. These are your months, days, and hours for you to reset. This is your time to broaden your perspective. This is your time to stretch your wings. There's more coming for you than you ever thought would be coming to you. And I just believe it's on its way to you in a very different kind of way. I want to give you some things. I want you to just write these down because I want to give you something you're going to be able to go back to, and understanding that what you're about to see has already happened. And I want to make sure we stress that. When we talk about going forward, we're really talking about going backwards to discover the original blueprint for who we are, what we were to become. God was very specific. He gave destiny and he gave purpose to every one of us that are under the sound of my voice. And it was very specific. He did not leave it up to you or I. How many of y'all remember when Jeremiah was being dealt with by God, and he was struggling a bit, and the Lord had to stop and say, hey, wait a minute, Jeremiah, can I have a conversation with you? I knew you when you were in your mother's womb. Matter of fact, I knew you before then. And so what we have to begin to go back to, y'all forgive me, I keep touching this mic because it keeps slipping, so just forgive me for keep putting it back in place. But we struggle with the terrain. We struggle with things not looking like we desire them to look right now. And so we begin to think maybe we made a mistake. Well, I want to say to you tonight, you've got to go back to the original plan. I know there's this big argument that we have to make it happen for ourselves. I don't subscribe to that. I believe there's an energy. I believe there is a forthrightness. I believe there are steps that you and I need to take that allows us to move forward. But you don't determine your next steps. They are already designed for you. I want to say that again. Your next steps are too heavy for you to try to figure out what I'm to do. So here's how we're going to begin to look at that. Number one, write this down. Everything that God created is an answer to a problem. Everything that God created is an answer to a problem. You are a solution. In your notes, write this down. I am a solution to a problem somewhere. I am a solution to a problem somewhere. And I believe that we need to understand that because we are a solution, if we don't find the right solution or we don't find the right problem, the solution within us really won't work at its maximum. You are oiled, you are gifted to settle, to solve something that's out of place, that's broken, and that needs your giftedness, your talent. Number two, I won't have time to elaborate on these, but you are a reward to someone. You are a reward to someone. You are a reward. Or I can flip that around. Somebody's a reward to you. Somebody is graced and oiled to be able to do for you what you cannot do for yourself. Somebody's looking for you tonight. Somebody by morning time is going to geographically find you. That's one of the things that I'm happy about where social media is concerned, because you can find people somewhere, especially if they've signed up on social media. You could track them down some way, somehow. Well, if it's not social media, I believe the angels of God's presence can give your name to someone, and they're going to hunt you down. They're going to find you. Somebody is trying to find you now. So you are a reward to someone. David was needed by the Israelites. Moses was needed as a leader to the children of Israel. Naomi needed a caretaker. Ruth was her reward. Let's go further here. God has qualified you to be a perfect solution to someone, not a broken solution. You are the perfect solution to a group type. You are a perfect solution to a broken system. Please quit trying to go on some island by yourself. Becoming means you find the original blueprint for your life. There is no way in God's world that I would be in Maryland if it was not God's design. It was not my intention. I wasn't born here. I'm not from here. I don't like here most of the time. So, and I'm glad I'm free enough to say that now, because sometimes we find ourselves in alternative places, not realizing that where you were or where you were born many times is not the soil that's going to raise up the end time gift that you are becoming. The soil where you are might be good, but it's not, doesn't have the nutrients to make you whom you are becoming. And so you are a perfect solution. Now, just because I have an assignment here, which I have no doubt this is my assignment, but I don't have to like it just because it's my assignment. I want to shut that down. That some people think that just because God assigns you into somewhere, sometimes he'll assign you to work for a certain group, certain agency, whatever it may be, and the atmosphere just isn't productive as you might like. You might not like the supervisor. Well, that's your personal choice. But please understand, to like something doesn't mean you have found the right assignment. Some of you, well, I'm going to change jobs because I just don't like the changes they're making on this. I don't like the changes they're making. Well, it doesn't matter what you like. You're going to have to understand you are where you are by assignment. You are where you are by assignment. And I'm grateful that I could say that tonight, that I don't have to like where I am. That's not the prerequisite. The prerequisite is my obedience to God. All right? The prerequisite is my obedience. So we're talking about becoming. Becoming. Let me give you some more here. Your assignment is not your decision, but it's your discovery. Your assignment is not your decision, but it is your discovery. You discover where God plants you. You can't pick and choose. Oh, I like this, I like that. I like to be in the perfect weather. Well, I'm grateful that you like that, but your skill set doesn't work in every environment. The oil on your life is geographically connected. I want to say that again. There are certain places, once you start to discover what you're here on this earth for and what the Father will reveal and push you to, and you start to meet people outside of your familiar zip code, you'll begin to find out that they're pulling on you because they recognize the oil on you. And you'll begin to realize that you will be more functional in certain environments than you will in others. I'm grateful that I can I've been given 12 cities. I know 9 of them now. I know 9 of them, possibly 10. I'm looking to discover the other continents of the world that I'm assigned to. And when I step foot on the soil, there is an awakening. There is this enlightenment. If you are in a place that there's no dreams, there's no life, you are dying on the inside, you're in the wrong place. Quite possibly you put yourself there and then you expected God to follow you. Can I put this out here to all of us? You cannot do what you want, go where you want, and then expect and get mad because God don't follow you. He is not obligated to follow where you want to go. We're obligated to follow him. Again, your assignment is not your decision, but it is your discovery. His plans are much greater than yours and mine. Now, let me give you another one. What you hate might be a clue to a part of your assignment. What you dislike. And on the flip side of that, what you like. You're drawn to senior citizens. You're drawn to handicapped persons. You're drawn to government. You're drawn to education. When you get around money, man, something just happens to you because you're drawn to finance. That's a clue. It's a clue. It's just something that registers within you. When you're around young people, or when you're around individuals who master in science and biochemistry and different subject matters, when you hear them talk, something comes alive in you. Some of you are drawn to media. You're drawn to the arts. You just can't help it. Some of you are drawn to creating other substance like colognes and perfumes. That might turn somebody else off, but you, man, you dream about certain scents in your sleep. You're drawn to the artistry of where you are, and you cannot make the mistake of trying to shift that around. One of the dangers over these years of many people that I've had the honor of pouring into their life, walking alongside of them, and even in my own life, is that we mistakenly try to change something about us that we don't realize touching that wrong button takes us off of everything we're supposed to do. You got to be careful thinking that you could just change the script and thinking that you're going to know what peace is all about. Let me give you some more here. What grieves you can be a clue. What grieves you can be a clue. You could see the brokenness in our cities. Yeah, you said we're going to pray, but maybe what's grieving you is to get involved in the political scheme of things to help change policy. You see individuals who are hungry. Your heart is moved by them being hungry. So I got to do something about this. An assignment is connected to that. An assignment is connected to that. Now, what you love is a clue to your gifts, to your skills. Your gifts, skills, talents are connected to something you are a solution to. I'm talking about becoming. I'm talking about becoming. What and how do I know I am becoming and what I am becoming and who I am becoming? And so I wanted to give you a few things as a clue, because these things don't come external. They come from the inside. They come from the inside. So when you are around water, most prophetic people love water. They love
being around, or have to be around. I have to be around water. I have to be around mountains. I just have to be. Because of the way I flow, I have to be around bodies of water. I have to be around an international airport. I can't live hours away from an airport. I travel too much. I have to be at an airport at the longest 30 to 45 minutes. And 45 minutes is too long. It's too long for me. I've got to get there because of how I move and the demand on my schedule. Now, we have to make a decision now that as we are becoming, I got to ask myself this question. All right, now that I'm figuring out my assignment, I'm writing down the things that get on my nerves. I'm writing down some things that excite me. I'm writing down some things that I've heard the Holy Spirit directly say. I've been in an environment that I witness with. I'm in touch with that. I connect with that. You're in the business marketplace realm, and you said, wow, I like this. This is where I want to be. I want to be in social service. Assignment electrifies. It ignites something in you. But then you have to begin to ask, what is it do I carry? What is it do I walk with? Easy. What is it that causes me to just get an idea quick? You see, apostolic people, apostolic thinkers, kingdom people walk with multiple ideas, not just for themselves, but for others. And I want to say this to somebody. A lot of the ideas or the dreams that you are infatuated with, most of the time, they're not for you. You are just the birth channel that people will walk through. You're just the one that's carrying that, and you are to give it. There's some people who don't have enough strength to birth, but you have this great amount of ability and vision to pray something up, to study something up. They don't have access to that, but when they meet you, there's a divine connection. I want you in these next few months between now and the end of this year, look for divine connections. Pay attention to the one another's who are divinely sent to you. Divinely sent to you. There are a whole new group of people who the Father is about to send to you, and you be sent to them, and it's going to be a divine connection. It may be a meetup in an elevator. It may be at the cash register at Cracker Barrel. It may be in a Wegmans. It may be in a Publix. It may be in the bank, but it's a divine connection. So right now, I just speak over your life, the right people, the right places, and the right timing. The right people, the right places, and the right timing. I speak that over you tonight. I'm telling you, there are things that are turning over so fast. I mean, more than you could ever think of. Right people, right timing, and the right places. Say that with me, come on. The right people. Number two, the right places and the right timing. People, places, timing, or timing, places, and people. You don't have to be, get real deep and say it got to be 1, 2, 3, because sometime you'll be in the right place and then you're looking around like I have. Well, why am I here? You won't see the people right away. You'll be in the right place. And then you got to check your inner clock in your spirit and say, am I here at the right time? Sometime we have to realize that the same.
Well, I hope and pray. Matter of fact, let me just say this. I know that this time of study, this time of ministry has really had an impact upon you. And I felt that as we're about to close out this year, that we needed to finish strong. And maybe there's some things that you're still attached to that you should have let go. Maybe there's some people that you're connected to that it doesn't mean to do them wrong. It just means that they don't have access to you. They cannot handle the new version of you. And I don't want you to miss. If there's anything that we really need to be focused on in our prayer and in our personal time, it's, Lord, I don't want to miss what is manifesting right before my eyes. You can make that choice today that I don't want to miss it. So no matter where you're listening to me from, first of all, take the time and let me know what city, what state, what country you're listening to us from. And if this has been an impact to you, do me a favor. Jot it down in the notes. Let me know. Send it to me. I'd love to find out. I am serious about you engaging not just with gifts and talents, but I pray a divine encounter for you. The revival that's here, it's a revival of angelic manifestation. It's a revival of prayer and intimacy, but it's also a revival of encounter. We need an experience, a one-on-one experience with the Father. And let me give this to you, that what you're looking for is not external, it's internal. What you're needing is not down the road, 50 miles down the road. It's alive in you. Let's get quiet enough during the close of this year. Set some time aside. Learn how to fast. Learn how to pray. Learn how to give space to the Holy Spirit so that you and He can engage, so that you can prepare for 2026. It is going to be, I believe, a season of restoration. I was in Atlanta over the weekend, and that was the word of the Lord, a season of restoration. That means everything that you've lost, everything that you need, everything that you've been praying for is about to come back, touch, and impact your life. I look forward to being with you. Listen, our service begins this coming Sunday morning, and I believe that the Lord has something unique He wants to share with you Sunday morning at 9 a.m. I would love to have you, no matter where you're coming from, whether it's Delaware, Philadelphia, Richmond, no matter where it is. Some people fly in just to get a clear word from the Lord, to get exposed and re-exposed back to Him. I believe that this is the season of restoration. On the screen is an opportunity for you to be able to partner with us. On the 20th of December is one of our greatest outreach opportunities where we are sharing toys and dry goods and meats and all kinds of things, but we're giving hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of toys out to people of all walks of life. I need your help. I want to tell you that we can't do this alone. I need you in two areas. Number one, if you could volunteer your time on December the 20th, Saturday morning, from 10 a.m. to 2, you'll be able to help partner with us so that we can adequately serve the long lines of families of all walks of life. I believe it'll touch you. It'll show you that the church of the living God is really still alive. And then financially, there's no way that we could take this kind of load on alone. And so I'm calling on our partners. I'm calling on those of you that are saying, I've been looking for a place that I'd be able to partner with and to touch lives. December the 20th from 10 a.m. to 2. It's going to be a powerful, powerful time of outreach. We just got through with our Thanksgiving outreach, and all you got to do is look on our page and see the things that took place and the things that were happening. I want you to experience it. It's nothing like being in the midst of, whether it's cold or rainy or not, man, we just had a powerful and wonderful time. But this coming Sunday morning, there is a word from the Lord specifically crafted to help change your life. I want to look forward to seeing you there. And then also we want to make sure we're preparing for our New Year's Eve service beginning at 9 p.m. on December 31st, New Year's Eve night. Don't miss it. I'm telling you, it's going to be such a powerful time of fellowship and interaction with family and looking back of testimonies, looking at how far God has brought us from. We're going to celebrate in such a way that is going to prepare us so that long into the year of 2026, we'll still be shouting and dancing, giving God praise and expecting miracles on a daily basis. So thank you for being a part of this time tonight. I so appreciate you. We're in the sanctuary now. We're preparing to re-image our bathrooms. We're re-imaging our lobby. Come be with us this Sunday morning. You'll see some of the things, even our sanctuary. We're re-imaging some of it tonight. Come be a part of it. I'd love to have you with your hands to help volunteer, to help us to do what we're planning to do. We're reaching people on a global standard. You can come help me do that, because I don't want to miss anybody, from house to house, from neighborhood to neighborhood, but most of all, from heart to heart. I'm praying for you, believing God for you, that he will continue to cover you with his blood. Listen, I'll see you Sunday morning, 9 a.m.